Sure, we've been talking about the OSHA vaccine and testing rule, but that's not the only one out there. You know, there's others for healthcare workers and for federal employees and contractors. And those are the ones I'm going to give you an update on. Plus, I'm going to give you a little update on the OSHA rules since yesterday's multi-circuit lottery. Let me just say, there are so many lawsuits with so many different complaints from so many different states in so many separate courts. There is no way to discuss every single one for every single mandate in one video. Also understand, this is not done. It is not over until all the appeals are exhausted from both sides and the courts have ultimately ruled on all of these separate mandates. It's possible these cases will make it to the Supreme Court, but you have to understand the High Court does not take every appellate case that it's presented. The justices may take one of these if it gets there, but then again, they may not. With that said, let's talk about where we stand with the CMS vaccine mandate. I explained how it works in this video last week. That mandate imposed by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid is being challenged by dozens of states in separate federal courts. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid continue to say they absolutely have the authority to move forward with this policy. Obviously, time is ticking because the mandate says workers who fall into this category must have their first dose of the vaccine no later than December 6th. And at this time, there is no pause, stay, or injunction on the mandate. It is still moving forward. But we will have to see how the courts rule and if the losing party decides to appeal. Now, let's talk about the federal workers and contractors vaccine mandate. I described how that one works in this very same video, but it too is facing several legal challenges. Unions, federal workers, federal contractors have all filed lawsuits. And so far, judges hearing two separate cases have actually denied federal workers' initial requests for a preliminary injunction to stop this mandate from moving forward. That means, as of right now, it's still going ahead. Again, this doesn't mean it's over. The cases are still moving through the court system, and just like the CMS mandate, time is of the essence as the vaccination deadline gets closer and closer. Lastly, I reported yesterday in this video that the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals was selected in the multi-circuit lottery to hear all the cases challenging the OSHA vaccine and testing rule. Since then, OSHA put out a statement saying that they would take no steps to implement or enforce the rule while this legal process plays out in the Sixth Circuit. First, understand, enforcement was never going to happen before January 4th. And second, this statement does not mean OSHA is giving up. In fact, OSHA specifically says in that very same statement that it remains confident in its authority to protect workers in emergencies. So obviously, they're going to continue to fight. Like all the other vaccine mandates, we're going to have to just wait and see what the courts have to say.